Hey y'all, welcome. This is Married to Medicine, Season 8, Episode 18, and this is the reunion, Part 2. Okay, so they kind of start off where we left off last week with Dr. Scott and Contessa, with her basically saying that she went on and filed for separation. Well, she didn't say it, Quiet said it, right? So of course the men is back there looking and they're like, what is she talking about, you know what I'm saying? And he like, well, I mean, we did talk about, separation and such and filing or whatnot, but we never like went through with this. We did it, but she pulled it back or whatnot. And then he just listening more because Andy's asking Contessa like, so where was your mind at when you did this? Like, well, what was you thinking? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where is all these issues kind of coming from? And instead of Contessa answering the question, here go Quad again, like she the mouthpiece, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think Toya was the one who said like, why are you letting other people talk for you, Contessa? Why can't you just talk for yourself? This is really, really odd because Contessa, when she first came on this show, you know what I'm saying, she, stood tall and stood her ground, and she was, you know what I'm saying, beating Toya, for, you know what I'm saying, like, for lack of better words, not necessarily physically, but Toya, yeah, she was getting in that ass. So just to see her doing that, and then now she flipping around to where now your husband is tripping, but you ain't jumping on him? Like, come on now, girl. So that's how I can tell it's something wrong, because she like, she broken and she weak in this moment, which is, it's just hard to watch. Everybody got their tissues because they're crying, Divorce is a serious thing, especially when people have been together for so long and they got the children and all these things established, right? But somewhere along the line, they might just be growing apart. We'll just say that. Because, okay, when she went off to school, she was trying to grow in herself, expand her business, expand her education and things like that. And they're all looking at this as like, well, at least for her, she can go away, do what she had to do, and Scott could stay behind and figure out what he wants to do in himself as well. So it's kind of like they've already been going down this weird road of, do they want to be together or do they not? But technically they want to be together. The problem is, how do we get over this little hump that we're feeling this frustration toward each other? You know what I'm saying? Because our needs are not being fulfilled in this marriage. You know what I'm saying? He's not giving her what she wants. And I would say that because Scott never complained too much about her either. I mean, we hear what contestants say about, oh, you ain't shit and all that bullshit. So it's like, I guess maybe he hiding it good for the camera, but he's never really, I would say, bashed her or put her down in any type of way to say that she was doing anything wrong. Really, it's on you, Scott. So he just goes and crashed the stage, basically. He just go ahead and crash the stage. The man is trying to hold him back. And yeah, I was on Eugene's side, like, yeah, well, why is Quiet talking? Like, stop talking, Quiet. It's not about you. This is about her and her man. So he was getting upset, like, yeah, why is she telling Quiet all this stuff? So he stormed the stage. And as soon as he get there, she basically, this is like confession time. He like, well, what you talking about? Why are you telling all these people this separation stuff? Because we ain't trying to get divorced. It's not where we trying to go. Like, and you telling Quad these things. Like, why are you talking to her and not talking to me about how you feel? And whew, it is pretty sad to watch. And then Toya goes ahead and asks, so are you cheating? Or, you know what I'm saying? You need to be truthful, Dr. Scott. Man, this was really, really confusing as hell. Like, Dr. Scott done stormed the stage because he assumed that Quiet was trying to tell them that they was getting a divorce, like, on that that actual day. So he's like, oh man, I just got this misunderstanding. I'll go back. But they're like, no, 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 stay, because you're already in it. So let's just finish the shit out. So is you cheating? Is you being infidelity stuff? He like, no, I'm not cheating or whatever. And then they go into that DM situation because he's like, I didn't know what no DMs was until, last year when they asked us about the DM thing. Then I go into the DMs and I see all this type of crazy stuff. And I mean, I didn't know. So yeah, I might have responded a couple times because, it was some goddamn shit up in there, you know what I'm saying? So I had to say, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? I might have, you're not supposed to do that, but now I know now. And then, remember the girlfriend situation with the daughter on the phone, he like, hey Siri, call girlfriend. And Siri says, call Contessa or call Tessa. And then he say yes or something, and then the phone will call her. And they like, man, you just made that up today. Like, and then they like, yeah, but it's a lot of rumors out there. He's like, I never heard none of the rumors. I mean, I never heard none of those rumors, but maybe down in Atlanta, they got. But I would assume that some girl, if it was true, she would have popped up out the woodwork by now. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of maybe believe him on that part. Yeah, he admit to just liking and commenting. Okay, boom. But she said that's not the problem. The problem is y'all just been going through this shit for years of fighting and cussing each other out and all types of bullshit. So she just kind of just fed up at this point. But like I said, they just don't want to get a divorce. They just need counseling or whatever. Therapy is what she keeps trying to say. That's what she said. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? What you think I want you to do, Scott? See? And here go Toya. Counseling. See? How come Toya know? And you don't know. I'm like, oh my goodness. It was getting confusing as heck. And here, and the dudes in the back, Dr. Eugene and Curtis and Dr. Kieran, and they like, oh man, somebody need to go get him. Like, why we let him go out there, man? Go throw in the towel, man. Scott, you burning out there, you burning. But the fellas can't save him at this point. I don't even know. They did try to stop him from going out there, but it is what it is. But like I said, very confusing, very emotional because she crying. And everybody else crying too. Well, except for Simone, she like this, looking at Scott to try to see if he blinked wrong. Cause she gonna say, Nick, I saw that nigga blink. I knew it. But everybody else is over there like, don't get a divorce. It's sad, and like I said, it is very confusing. And Dr. Scott, they just need to go to counseling. They need to actually separate. Oh, and then they talk to the kids. Oh, why would you go and tell your kids that y'all might maybe break up or something because y'all just going through whatever? So of course the kids didn't take that well. Oh my Lord, I think they need. They need to go to counseling. They need to go to therapy. They need to do it separately. They need to do it together. He might need to move out the house for a month or two, or she need to move out the house for a month or two, and then they need to figure it out. But as of now, okay. So this next segment was pretty much a backstage moment. We breaking the fourth wall a little bit with this one. Because they always take their breaks and they go refresh and fix your little makeup, fix your little hair, whatnot, dust your outfit off. But we needed a breather, and the Dr. Scott is like, I'm sorry, I was listening to what Qua was trying to say, and I jumped the gun. I should have waited. I thought she was trying to say that she was gonna leave me right now, right this moment today. And she like, no, that's not what I was saying, And Dr. Eugene comes up and he says, yeah, just from us just looking, it did look like Quad was announcing that y'all was getting a divorce. Like, it's just the way it looked from the outside. Because we all was as shocked as he was, just trying to figure this out. And so he was just trying to say, I'm on I'm not really on nobody's side. I'm just on the, the side of love, we'll just say, right? And y'all just work through it, but that's what it looked like to me. So me, if Toya did that, then yeah, I probably would have been upset too. So you know what I'm saying? So okay, boom. Then the women come and kind of gather around Contessa, and they try to tell her that it's okay. Um, you'll work through this. Y'all got to go through this counseling, and you just got to take these steps to get where y'all need to go. And in the end, you know what I'm saying, you'll be happy whatever that looks like, whether you still with him or whether you're not. And she just completely just broke down and went off on them like, oh my gosh, I want friends to tell me the truth and don't tell me that it's my fault and I need to do this, because I used to have friends like that and they was no good. Like, I want you to tell me, right. As well, look, they was trying to be your friend and tell you how they felt, but you keep, and that's the thing, like, you telling them these things, so of course they're thinking one thing, that maybe he's cheating on you, maybe I need to go to counseling, maybe Scott need to do this, maybe you need to do that. So they, so for her, I think she just felt a little ganged up on in that moment, and she just went off on them, break down. She's crying, she's all coming out, and they're like, we're not trying to make it seem like your fault. Because sometimes in those situations, they're like, the divorce was all my fault. I'm the one who, all my efforts failed. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's her little problem right now. Like, he's not doing anything. I'm doing everything, and I'm failing. It's all my fault. I'm failing. Nothing's working. And, eventually she calms down a bit after they all, say their piece, because they're all just sitting there like, girl, we just saying, look, figure it out, and whatever it is that you need to figure it out, okay? We're not going to force you to do nothing. It's just our opinions, our ideas, our suggestions, and sorry if you want to take it whatever way you want to take it, but girl wasn't trying to be mean or malicious. And, Toya pulls her to the side and just tells her, like, maybe y'all do need a break, which I was thinking that too. Like, I think y'all do need a break. And here go Quad walking up to Dr. Scott talking about something. I do love you, I'm rooting for you. I'm Team Metcalf, you know what I'm saying? I am, Scott. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be malicious, in her little grand dame accent. But girl, he probably walked away because we got her face walking away, which is pretty normal. But if we got his walking away, he was going to be like... So, whew, Jesus. It was just not a good segment. But get y'all life together, Dr. Scott, Dr. Contessa. If not, divorce is just fine. Them kids will be just fine. Stop yelling at each other in front of the kids. And, y'all be all right. But y'all need to take a break for sure. All right, so we done with all the Dr. Scott and Contessa stuff, I guess, for the moment. Because, the fellas still got to come out at some point. Which I hope they just save them for last and let everybody else get their crap out first. Anyway, they go straight into Contessa, or not Contessa, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone. Remember, okay, so last year we had COVID, so we really didn't get that ending of the show type deal, or that show at all, until the COVID special, which is what we got going on now. So 2019 would have been that last really reunion, and yeah, when things was rocky back then, but they made up, right? Boom. So they say, where y'all at now today? Dr. Simone says, that they are better than what they were. They talk here and there, and they study together, and they cool, right? No beef. So you go to ask Dr. Heavenly, you've been having some words about the relationship, because, she been saying it was all fake, I guess. In her words, we'll just use fake, because that's just the way she talk, right? She's like, yeah, some BS. Like, I talk to Jackie every day, so Simone, he talks to her, a couple times, so I don't even know what they all here lying about, or they just, playing for the camera. And here go Quad as well. Yep, I think it's some BS, and they just doing what they doing for the show, and I just want to know what's going on because it's something deeper. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, shut up. I wanted her to just be. Well, is she the friend of the show or is she the dang cast? I'm just confused at this point. Quiet, because she gets annoying sometimes. Let's just say that. Maybe if she wasn't here, some of these issues could probably get solved more better if she wasn't that person on the side. You know, especially with the Contessa thing. Because, girl, be quiet. And you the divorce from Greg. That's a whole different situation. Because if that's the case, we can have him on here talking to the fellas, right? Because they all friends. Boo. Anyway. I can't stand quiet. But anyway, had to get that out. And you know what? Like they said, they aren't like the bestest like they used to be, but they are still talking and they don't beef. So that's all that's important, right? At least that's what I thought. Yeah, and if y'all playing for the cameras, that is kind of whack, like, because you don't really got to do that. Just be real like y'all always been real. Yes, that's what we like about the show. Y'all kind of keep it 100 when it comes to things, unlike some other shows. So I hope they ain't playing. Okay, so you know, Quiet asked the question. So what's going on? What's the deeper issue that's going on? And Simone go ahead and say, like, look, ain't nothing fake about this. The problem is, which I think everybody knows, is from the Buffy. She ain't here, which I think they probably should have had her on again, just so we could have got a little resolved. Because I know she probably at home, like, she probably sitting at home watching this, laughing and cracking up, because she mostly will be on Simone's side, not Dr. Jackie's side. So it is what it is when it comes to that. Basically, yeah, after that happened, Simone did not have Jackie back like Jackie wanted her to have her back, right? Because let's say we're going to use Toya was used as the example. Toya can go off on anybody when she get that little Patron in, and then she get to cussing everybody out, and then here goes Simone be like, it's okay, Toya, she'll be alright, just go home, and then we brush it over and it'll be all good, right? So Jackie like, well dang, when they was beating me up about whatever happened with Buffy, you ain't even had my back just a little bit. And Simone was like, well, see, I told you that you was out of character. But, see, she told her that off the camera. So the world didn't get to see that. And I guess Simone was trying to correct her, wanted her to correct it, at some point. And Jackie was just saying, I guess maybe the times that they had just weren't the right times to do that. So that's why she never did. Boom. So I think eventually, since they know that that's the problem, they'll try to work it out. And then, of course, Heavenly, because remember, since Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie is like cool, they friends now, Simone is a sideline at this point. And she like, I don't really like Dr. Heavenly no more, because Dr. Heavenly, all she do is talk a lot of mess. An example was her teeth, because we all know Dr. Simone got, the little bunny rabbits up there. And it's just part of her look, right? It's just part of her. She ain't got to change nothing. They ain't crooked. They ain't sideways. They just perfect. And she been, a successful doctor with them teeth all these years. Ain't nobody said nothing. Her patients still come back to her, right? So she good, right? So, and I think that's the same thing with Toya, why she mad at Heavenly, because all Heavenly do is talk a lot of mess. She actually does have a YouTube channel where she talks about the show after the fact, and on there she does talk about everybody, so it is what it is. And on the Twitter and all them things, and Instagram, how they do on the social media. And basically Quiet was the one who was kind of dictating this at this point, was trying to figure out like, where's the resolve, what y'all gonna do type deal. And I think Simone just said that they all can fix everything. Her and Heavenly will definitely take some time, definitely more than her and Jackie, obviously. But Dr. Heavenly, she one of them people like, you gotta be friends with her, like her and Quiet friends, because they get it. Like they can talk about each other, they get it. But the other people, they were like, Heavenly, you said that, I don't like it. And she be talking about Cecil. You can't be talking about somebody's husband. So Simone said it's gonna take some time because he was blowing Cecil up, and he can't fight back because obviously he a man. So she got to fight the battle for him, you know. So it is what it is. But they're good. They'll all get figure it out, and I'm sure they'll be just fine in the end. We'll get back to next season, and everybody will just be just fine. And just to make things a little funny, they did bring up how shady Andy be sometimes, and he said, nah, Heavenly more shady than me. And she like, nah, Andy, if you reading them dang questions off, hey, he doing his job. The questions come from us, the people, and somebody got to read it. So let Andy do it. Okay, so we end out with the fellas. You know, all the men come out. So y'all just gotta do our husband part. And Dr. Damon ain't there. He I'm trying to turn this down a little bit too loud. But anyway, Dr. Damon at home sick with Damon Jr., so he couldn't make it. Let me see, Eugene still grilling. Cecil got some, you know, working on the real estate. Curtis, with him and Jackie got like the interior design thing going on. And then Dr. Kieran, you know, he say he here. And, you know, he been having fun, ready to get his talk on, you know what I'm saying? So cool with that. Let me see, I guess they go straight into the pictures, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Sky figured they wasn't gonna let you up, which is why you should never came out there early. You're supposed to wait because they still gotta bring it up. So they ask everybody about the pictures and the phone, and of course they understood, like, look, when it comes to social media, okay, things in your news feed, fine, I understand that part, which I think that's what Dr. Scott was trying to explain. Like, he saw some pictures on his feed or whatnot and put some, you know, I like, or ooh, you know, wow, whatever emojis on underneath the thing, so people seen that, assuming that, I guess they just go right automatically to cheating. But he like, I was just liking and commenting on the picture, but I didn't know, I wasn't supposed to do that. Plus the DM thing, like, dude, you know, you get all these women, you're on TV, so everybody is sending you stuff like, hey, Dr. Scott, and hey, Dr. Eugene, what you supposed to do about it? Of course, they got the right answer. Nope, I ain't got no pictures in my phone. I ain't got no, I block all that kind of, you know, the inappropriate stuff. You're supposed to block that on social media. Curtis, of course, he gonna say, you don't block them right away. And then maybe you can comment and tell them that you're married and all this. I said, nah, brother. See, that's probably what got you caught up in the first place, you know what I'm saying? But he just blocked. And then they go into the life coach situation. And that's kind of where we leave off right here, because Dr. Scott, well, according to Curtis, he said that Scott explained to them who the life coach was and what that was all about, which was something that he made up just to be, just made up out of spite. So here go Dr. Scott. He trying to explain it, but he going in circles like, yeah, it was I just made up a fake person. I gave her a name, and I talked, you know, we talked about this, and, you know, I just made up and said I met her, you know, on such and such and how many months ago. But, you know, we talked about this, and she was able to understand that, you know, it was all fake because it wasn't real. I just made it up, you know, just being all immature and, you know, just because she put me on the spot because she said that she had a life coach, and I was just trying to, I didn't want her to have a life coach before me. Like, it was, you know, I don't know. He was just saying a whole bunch of nothing almost, but basically trying to say he made the shit up, and that he talked to her about it, and Contessa understood that it was all fake, right? Boom. So here go Andy, like, so you believe that, Curtis? That's what he told y'all? Which I don't think that's what he told him. He just probably told him that it was fake, and he, right, whatever he said to Contessa, he ain't telling us what he told her, but hey, she believed it. It is what it is. I don't know. We're going to get to part 3 and still roll out this whole thing, figure out what's going on with him. Because I think they're going to ask him, is you lying to us? Because them your friends, and I think if they're going to be like, you lying to us, we can't protect you. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going to go down. So, Dr. Scott, they trying to have your back, so you better keep it like that. So, I don't know. We'll get to them next week, and more reunion, more crap, more craziness, more drama. I don't know. Hopefully no more crying, because they was doing a lot of crying on this episode. All right, peace out.